watch this video very carefully if you are looking to apply for a subclass 482 visa or a 186 visa, because this is the thing that many people make mistake on. So we are going to cover a very specific aspect of a 482 visa or a 186 visa for which not too many people talk about. So what is that aspect? Now, a lot of people have started applying for 482 visa, subclass 186 visa after their TR visas, the 485 visa, or their COVID visa, subclass 408 visas finish, right? But you need to know one thing about your employer. And that important thing is, does your employer genuinely needs your kind of profile in his business? Now, what does that mean? When we do the 482 visa, when we do the subclass 186 visa, there's a very important criteria which is called a genuine position requirement. You know, when you do the student visa, there is a requirement called GTE, Genuine Temporary Entrant, which has been replaced with Genuine Student Test, which means, are you a genuine student? Similarly, genuine position requirement means that are you a genuine employee for that business? Does that business actually need you, right? I will give you an example, and this case recently came to us after they have received the nomination refusal. So what was this case? This case was for a person who was a motor mechanic, and a car dealership, right? A used car dealership was going to sponsor them. But they received a refusal for their nomination. Why? Because that dealership did not have the workshop in it. They did not have the tools in it to service the cars. So you would think that, okay, it's a car dealership, I can do my sponsorship in it, but then also they received the refusal because they were not meeting that requirement. They were not able to satisfy the immigration department, Department of Home Affairs, that the position of a motor mechanic is genuinely needed in that business. I will give you another example. That also came some time back. So they got a nomination refusal because they were an accountant and they were being sponsored by a store, a grocery store, right? So it was a smaller kind of a business. It was not a chain of grocery stores. It was a smaller business, and they were sponsoring them as an accountant. So they failed to meet the criteria of a genuine position requirement. So you need to make sure that the business that is sponsoring you, is it a kind of a business that can actually justify having that occupation in their business? It needs to be of that nature. A car garage that regularly services the cars can sponsor you. A cafe or a restaurant or a hotel which has got a proper dining, they can sponsor chefs. But a fast food restaurant cannot sponsor because they are mainly assembling the food. They are getting the frozen food and they assemble it. So they don't meet that criteria. An accounting business can sponsor an accountant. A bigger size company, small to medium size company, a bigger size can sponsor an accountant. An IT company can sponsor an IT person, and so on and so forth, right? You can justify the position, but if it's a gray area, then A, you need to provide a lot of documentation to prove the business genuinely needs you. Or B, it needs to be the business that genuinely, normally employ those kinds of people. I hope this was helpful. This has been grounds for a lot of refusals in the past. People come to us. They come to us for the consultation as well, that I have this sponsor, and I say no to them regularly if it cannot be justified. So please, if you have got a question, give us a call, 1300-288-472. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you.